Hi Finger family! In this week's highlight we're going to introduce you our newest rescue. This is Fantasma, and through this episode we're going to tell you all about her story, how she came to us on a sudden emergency, what's happened to her eye, the story of her feet, about her rehab and how she's settling in so far. So watch on and I hope you enjoy her story. Okay, so we're going to tell you all about Fantasma's story. We've had her around 2 weeks already. She came to us, she wasn't named Fantasma, that came from us. She came to us all of a sudden as an emergency. As we quite often say, we haven't got any more room, we can't take any more horses, but someone called us and said she has to come today. Now, when we first saw her, she doesn't look like our regular rescue. She wasn't extremely skinny and she wasn't left starving for too long. I mean, it's a refreshing change for them to come to us before they got too bad, so we don't have to fight their problems and their starvation as well. So we had to look a bit deeper to find out why it was such an emergency. Didn't take long. As soon as you saw her you could see, well, the obvious with her missing eye, but I'll get onto that later. But we could see that she was fed, yes, absolutely, but she had had no more care for the past 9 months, and she came to us with one shoe on and all of her feet were overgrown. They were so rotten with thrush and she was in so much pain just from her feet. So this was one big problem that she had. And then we spoke to our vet to find out more, because at the moment we still didn't realise why it was such an emergency. But she came from a good source, a reliable source who we work with quite regularly, and he knows that we have limited space, and when he says it's an emergency, we know it's true. So we got to know from the vet more about her story, and it sounds like she belonged to a policeman. Now, we don't know 100% at this point if she was used as a police horse or if she was just owned by a policeman. And it sounds like she'd been in their family for a long time, and then a couple of years ago she had a problem with her eye. She had an ulcer that got really infected, and she had to have it removed. Now, this was all quite straightforward and it went okay, and as most people know, that you can have a horse with one eye, no problem, and she's fine by it. And it sounds like this was not how it was seen. She was no longer of value. She was no longer the quality horse that she once was when she was doing her races, and she was a big, strong horse. And so she couldn't keep up with doing her job any longer. This made her invaluable. So she got passed on to a different person, and then she got into the hands of a dealer, but she wasn't valuable enough for the dealer, so she just got put in the back without food, water, without a window, without any care at all, and this is why she came to us as a sudden emergency. So in the last 9 months she moved around from place to place until finally she was in a place with no food, no water, and as far as we're aware, it had been a few days since she'd eaten anything before she came to us. So this is where the emergency came in. Now, looking deeper, speaking to the vets, we found out she does have a few more problems. She had a lot of digestive problems that might have been from her past, the way she was being fed, and she was quite prone to colic, so we have to be very careful what she's eating. She's got also some problems with her veins and her blood, and but we're at the early stages of testing and seeing what she's going from there. Okay, so that was her history, but that is her past, and now we're going to concentrate on her future here with us, and that we're going to make sure that she's healthy and happy for the rest of her life. So the first step is food. We need to get her diet back in correct, get her on a natural diet and try and sort out her stomach and her digestive system. So we're taking it very slowly and we're seeing how we go from there, but so far so good, although she's a little bit picky about what she eats, but she's doing well. And then the second step was her feet. We had to get them under control, get that remaining shoe off and give her a trim. So we just brought her down for the first time. She arrived late last night and she stayed in the stable so we could just see and monitor everything. And now we brought her down, she went straight in the bath. She's really quite relaxed. I mean, Mitzi's staying with her because all the other horses are really overly keen about to find out what's going on. But we're going to try and sort out those feet. I'm going to do it really slow and just do a little bit, and then again next week, maybe the week after, we're going to do it little and often because they are terrible. Chewy, please. Sophie they should. So yeah, they're terrible. The thrush, even walking behind her down the ramp, you could smell. Wish you could smell that smell. Those of you, the horse people, you know what we're talking about, and it's terrible. She's got lots of deep slits in between the sulcus. So she's got lots of infection. And her feet are really, really overgrown. Some of it you can't even tell which bit was the bar, which bit's the wall folded in. So it's going to be fun. We'll cut it open and have a go. We're doing it very slowly, and each week or each 2 weeks I'm taking it as we go, taking a little bit of hoof off, I'm trimming it and trying to rebalance her. Along with rehab, we're taking her out for slow walks and to try and wear down her feet, stimulate new frog and hoof growth. And again, we're in the right step. She's got lovely strong feet to work with, so that's great. But we just have to cure that really inset deep thrush, which is causing her a lot of problems and discomfort. But we're in the right step, we're going there. And we've been working with the vets as well to see what we have to do, monitoring with her health and her blood, and we're just monitoring because it's such early days. So with the help of all the volunteers and the help of people watching and sponsors, she is in the right step now. So she's improving each day. She's enjoying working with the volunteers. She's a little bit nervous sometimes, especially if you come up on her blind side. We don't know what happened to her in the past, but as long as we're slow, as long as we're calm, she's really happy, and she's really happy to get attention from us and get a cuddle, and she's enjoying going out for her walks now. Took a bit of adjustment for her to go into paddock life, because as far as we're aware, with most of the horses we get, she came from stable life. She'd been on her own, she hadn't been with other horses, so she had to integrate slowly. First she was very nervous of the other horses, then she started to get a bit more confidence. We moved her down to a different paddock, and she's now starting to make friends, especially with Eric. So that's a great improvement. So it's early days, first step, but so far so good. But we wouldn't be able to make any of this possible, rescuing Fantasma, rescuing other horses, rescuing all these animals, without people like yourself, viewers, sponsors. Thank you for making it through this video, and please give us a thumbs up and a comment. It might not seem like you're doing a lot, but all of this helps. It helps building up our channel, and just by watching our videos, we will monetize these videos, and the money will go directly to Fanta. So even by sharing this video, even by watching this video, you are helping us help Fanta. We're also going to add a link below, which is our website. If you want to sponsor Fantasma directly, you can on our website. You can be an insider and you'll find out the first stories, first updates, anything about her, and you can see everything there first. So as always, thank you very much for watching. Please give us a thumbs up, comment, and we'll see you soon for an update.